How about we talk a little bit about New York City? Ask me like 2 years ago, even, like really recently, what I thought about New York City, and I would have said I hated it. I've never really liked New York City for the most part. Not the kind of place that looked good to live at all. Dirty, smelly, and I never quite understood the appeal of it to so many people. But, earlier this year, I've kind of started to understand why people might like it so much. It was earlier this year, probably around, I guess I want to say like January or so, when I got to go into the city with a bunch of my old college friends from Stockton. It was kind of a reunion to hangout kind of day, and found myself enjoying myself there for the first time ever, pretty much. See, I would still never want to live there in a million years, but I've come to appreciate that because New York, is a huge cultural melting pot of sorts, that it's a really, really fun place to visit, if not live. And yesterday I got to do it again. I was one person as part of a party of two, and we just basically went into New York and ate some really delicious food, and also checked out some bookstores for manga and other things as well, and I got a couple of things from that. So we visited, I think it was 3 places. Kinokuniya, which is a Japanese bookstore. Another place called Book Off, which I guess is kind of a used bookstore, game store, CD store kind of thing, and then Midtown Comics, one of the locations there. I didn't get anything from Midtown or Book Off, but I did get some things from Kinokuniya, which is kind of my favorite place out of the 3 anyway. And yeah, how about we just jump right in? Let's just jump in. All right. Now, it's not a big collection at all whatsoever. This bag contains everything that I got. It's only 2 things. I'm thinking that if I get a bunch of these small purchases, like I did from Barnes & Noble in the last video, that I might as well just collect these all at the end of the month instead of doing individual videos for them. But, you know what, it's 1st June today, so this would be the end of the month technically, so why not do it now? Anyways, look at this bag. This thing is fancy as hell. This is kind of how you know that it's legit. Very nice. And let's pull out the first thing. It's not as special as the other, but as you can see, hopefully you can see, this thing is wrapped. Now, everything that they have in there is wrapped, and as a result, everything that they have in there is kept in excellent condition. There's none of that, like, already to use from being read in a Barnes & Noble store, where things are just all kind of open. Because everything's wrapped, it's all basically brand spanking new. It'll have the new book smell, and it's even better that, well, this isn't the best example. I mean, I've seen this around before, but they also have a bunch of stuff that you would never, I'm pretty sure, see in any typical New Jersey bookstore. We'll get to that later, but anyways, first one that I got is Sword Art Online Aincrad. This is the first light novel from which the anime came from, and I figured that if I want to get into a light novel at all, I might as well start it with something that I know that I'm gonna pretty much like, and Sword Art Online fits the bill. I liked the anime, not the best thing in the world, not the best thing at all, really, but extremely entertaining, and it'll be cool to see how the light novel deviates from the anime, what kind of stuff that is in the novel that didn't make it to the anime, things like that. I guess kind of see how this shapes up versus the anime as well. So, yeah, it's nice and wrapped. Nice and wrapped, and you know what? Screw it, I'll open it later. So, yeah, Sword Art Online. So, there's that. The thing that I was really excited about, though, I didn't even realize this was out in English at all, and that's kind of because I don't have the visibility in usual bookstores, but look at this. Wandering Sun, also known as Horo Musiko. This is the first volume of the manga, and I was kind of really surprised to see that it was in there. But that's the kind of stuff that you would see in a place like Kinokuniya that you wouldn't exactly find in many other places. And it's really cool because they actually had this in kind of its own seinen section, along with, I guess, Pluto from Naoki Urasawa and things like that. And I was actually really wanting to either read or watch the anime for this for a pretty long time. Also, look at this thing. It's hardcover. Very, very rarely do I see something like this, and it's really, really cool. Also huge as well. I mean, this looks kind of more like the usual kind of graphic novel that you'd find in America than something that I would expect from Japan, and it's really nice. I'm pretty excited for that. It's also the kind of thing that I've not actually read it yet, so I don't know, but because it tackles LGBT issues as it pertains to teenagers, it's the kind of thing that I would have probably had maybe the sliver of a chance to find in something like my gay and lesbian literature class when I was at Stockton. One of the things that I had to read for that, which regrettably I didn't read quite so much into because as classes go on and everything, the things that aren't quite so necessary, which includes reading things, falls by the wayside. But there was this one book that was assigned for the class called Fun Home, which was kind of a graphic novel memoir, and this, at least in terms of its superficial similarities, being a manga about LGBT issues, they kind of share similarities to that, and what little I read of Fun Home was also really good too, so yeah, basically, hopefully I'll be motivated enough to actually get into this, because this looks like the kind of thing that could be really, really good. So, yeah. Wandering Sun. Yeah, screw it. Let's just put this all out. So, these are the two things that I've gotten. Not quite too big of a haul, but you know what? I'd say it's a pretty good haul, just for this one alone. So, thank you for watching. Actually, wait, you know what? Let me get a box cutter looking thing. Let me dig into this. I want to kind of check out a little bit of the art and all that. Okay, got them open. Alright, so, sort of online. Okay, I don't think looking at this can do it justice, but this thing feels fantastic. Cover is nice and crisp. Has that whole, when you rub onto it, it feels sticky kind of feeling. Pages feel really nice, too. And, okay, now I kind of know what the deal is with the light novel. It's basically just a novel, but they also, I guess, have intermittent illustrations thrown in as well. And also, at the very beginning, they have some, I guess, character introductions for people that are going to kind of be important to the story. And spoilers as well, obviously, too, if you kind of know what you're looking for. So, yeah. So, basically a novel with just a little more pictures involved, I guess. Not too bad. This should be an interesting read. Okay. And also now Wandering Sun. Hardcover feels really good. It's kind of just a pleasure to hold, if that makes any sense at all. Alright, I've actually not seen the art yet for this, so let's see what's going on in here. Come on, page. Alright. Including Wandering Sun. Whoa, color pages. Holy crap. What the heck? Aw, the color pages have to end. Oh, wow. That's really cool. These pages feel really nice, too. And hopefully, I'm not actually reading any of the words or anything right here. I'm not that fast of a reader, but, yeah. This is some pretty incredible condition for the book. Look at that. Okay. I think that about does it. This is really cool. Love the condition that they're in. Awesome that they're all nice and wrapped up and kept all very, very crisply and all of that. And yeah, that about does it. I'll be digging into these soon enough, hopefully. But for now, Justin is signing off. Thank you for watching.